Hi, my name is Nadia Khalid, and I'm an attorney here at the Powers Law Group. And today is Friday, June 8th, 2018. It's around 12:15 right now, and we are doing our weekly news update about things that are happening in current events and how they relate to the law, as well as developments in our own office here at the Powers Law Group. So, just as a reminder, I know a lot of you have already watched these, but in case you have any questions or you want a consultation, feel free to call our Houston office at 713-589-2085. And for those of you who have been watching, and for those of you who haven't, we recently opened up a New Jersey office as well. So if you know anyone on the East Coast who also needs a consultation in immigration, our number there is 201-210-8240. So again, our Houston office phone number is 713-589-2085, and New Jersey is 201-210-8240. And it's right behind me, as you can see, in case you were not able to write those numbers down. So let's start with what's happening here at the Powers Law Group. As you can tell, I'm not Attorney Ruby Powers, but that's because she has a super busy schedule ahead of her for these next few months. On June 13th to June 16th, Ruby will be attending the American Immigration Lawyers Association annual conference in San Francisco, California. She and her other attorney, Attorney Michelle Strickland, will each speak at the annual conference. And Attorney Michelle Strickland will present a panel discussion called An Introduction to L1 Intracompany Transfers. Attorney Ruby Powers will present on the lawyer as manager. So we're looking forward to having them attend and come back and inform us on developments that are happening within the American Immigration Lawyers Association and things that they've learned from their speeches. Specifically, during that conference, on June 15th, Attorney Ruby Powers will be presenting on the Law Practice Management Series at the AILA Annual Conference. So we're really excited for her. She's a great speaker, and so is Attorney Michelle Strickland, and we're hoping that they come back with lots of knowledge and meeting other immigration attorneys in the United States and seeing common trends, and maybe meeting other attorneys is always a great way to learn about new developments and solutions. On June 21st, Attorney Ruby Powers will be speaking at the State Bar Conference here in Texas. And on June 27th, Attorney Ruby Powers will present on law practice management here in Houston. And then on June 28th, Attorney Ruby Powers will be traveling to New York and presenting for lawline.com. Lawline.com is an online way for lawyers and otherwise to have legal education given to them through an online, easy web seminar. And so while Ruby is there in New York doing a presentation for Lawline, she will also visit our New Jersey office, and she will be doing consultations while she's there on June 28th, 2018. And as a reminder, our New Jersey phone number is 201-210-8240 if you know anyone or if you yourself will be there on June 28th in that timeline. So that's what's happening here in the office. And as I'm sure a lot of you know, we have a newsletter that goes out. So please be sure to look at our website and to see any other developments that I don't talk about today, just so you're in the loop. Our newsletter always has updates about current events, and it also has success stories about things that we've experienced here at the Powers Law Group, and it will go out next Tuesday. So always look out for it on Tuesdays. So let's talk about the news and the current events that are happening in June 2018. So immigration, as always, is a very hot topic, and it's almost daily featured in the news. One major story that's come out is that people at the border who are crossing into the United States to seek asylum are being told by Custom and Border Protection agents to turn around and go back. So this means in effect that they're not even being processed, their names are not even being taken, they're just being told by the agents at the border to just turn around and go back. However, under the United States federal law, anyone who reaches a U.S. port of entry can make a claim for asylum. So because they're being told to go back by agents at the border, there is a lawsuit underway in California which is challenging the authority of the Customs and Border Protection officers who have allegedly told these migrants that the U.S. is no longer taking asylum seekers. So we'll wait and see what the outcome of that is, but it's important to know that, again, the law as it is states that anyone who reaches a U.S. port of entry may make a claim for asylum. So don't let anyone tell you otherwise, and we'll see how this lawsuit plays out and if there's any other developments afterwards. Another thing that's sort of related to immigration but can affect a lot of people in any sort of detention center is news about medical and mental health horror stories from certain immigration detention centers. And these stories are coming out, but we want to tell you that they don't only apply to those who are being held in immigration detention centers. This is something that happens to anyone who's being held in a detention center at large. For instance, these immigration detention centers are privately owned and conducted. So as a result, there's less regulation and there's less scrutiny on the treatment of the detainees. In some instances, in these private immigration detention centers, the ACLU reported that some clients were being harassed and intimidated by guards in the private detention center in an attempt to make them choose voluntary self-deportation. So what we find out many times is that places like these can get away with maltreatment and cases of alleged abuse due to a lack of government regulation. So what we advise is if you know anyone in a detention center, or if you have friends who know someone in a detention center, one, we advise you to check on them constantly as much as you can, and then also to ask them questions which might not seem relevant to their case or why they're here in the United States. Ask them how they're doing, what their conditions are, and if they've ever been made to feel uncomfortable in the detention centers. Going back to immigration again, there's an immigration deal which is eluding House Republicans as Ryan promises the vote. So as many of you know, there's an immigration bill that's pending in Congress, but House Republicans failed to agree on immigration legislation again on Thursday. And so as a result, the U.S. Chamber of Commerce wrote a letter pleading with House Republicans to pass legislation providing deportation protections for those who are eligible for DACA. As those of you know, DACA stands for Deferred Action for Childhood Arrivals Program. And they also asked legislation to reject cuts to legal immigration, which has been demanded by the current administration and conservatives as part of any deal. So there's no new deal yet, but the things that they want to include in this upcoming deal are a solution to DACA, a protection for those who are former DACA recipients and current DACA recipients, as well as to maintain budget funding for immigration laws and the like within the United States. So related to that also, the same vote, there is a new conservative proposal which includes a new visa system for participants in DACA. DACA is Deferred Action on Childhood Arrivals. So this proposal, which is going before legislation also, is a new visa system which would allow those who had DACA to have a path towards citizenship. It's been described as a bridge between the legal immigration system and previous DACA recipients. So just to be clear, this hasn't been passed yet, but we're holding out hope that something constructive and substantive will come out as a result of these pending immigration bills that are on the House floor. So that's all we have for you today. As a reminder, our phone number in the Houston office is 713-589-2085. Our phone number for the New Jersey office is 201-210-8240. And Attorney Ruby Powers will be in the New Jersey office on June 28th, 2018. If you're located in the Northeast, or if you have anyone who needs a consultation in that time. Otherwise, we have an attorney there, Mustafa Chetan, who will also help you with your immigration needs if you're not able to make that June 28th appointment time. So we look forward to seeing you next week, and stay tuned for our Spanish version of the Facebook Live. Thank you.